Hello Liberty, here's the tutorial for Every Victory, finally. Like I was telling you, it's not a super difficult song. It'll be comparable to More Than Life as far as like how big your jumps are going to be. So let's get into it. It's in the key of E, and you start with the intro, which actually isn't noted. So it's going to be as though you're doing the first two lines of the verse. The C sharp major 7, A2, E, B4, and then the same thing. So you'll start with the C octave in your left, and then B, C, E, and then land on the G sharp and the A together, and then E, and then B, C, F sharp landing on the B together, and then back to C sharp, and then B, C, E, and then so A and G sharp together, and then A octave, and then E in the left, and then B, C sharp, G sharp, and then F sharp in the right, B in the left together. So it'll sound like this. So I'll do that again, way slow. So that's your intro, and then you never do it again. It's only in the intro. So for verse 1, we're going to do quiet, close chords. So a third in your left, C sharp, E, and then F sharp, B, C sharp, E in your right hand. We will lift, so do a fifth in your left hand, A and E, and then A, B, E for A2, lift our eyes. So in the left, you're doing an octave with a fifth, so E, B, E, and then just the second inversion of E. So G sharp, B, E, and then we won't fear the ninth, so B is a third here, B, and then D sharp, and then in the right hand, F sharp, B, D sharp, E, and then back to the same thing for the there is one who's stronger. And then you keep doing that. Hard pressed on each side. We will not. This is going to be a more crunchier chord, and we're voicing it like that because it's interesting. I think it sounds better than just doing. You can do this. So it's G sharp, E over G sharp. So G sharp's in your bass, but it's gives it a little more oomph if you give it the E. So you have F sharp, B, D sharp, E. And the reason why this works is because you can have the 7th for G sharp, or you can have the 4th. No, that's the 6th. Anyway, it just sounds pretty. And then we'll go back to of the one who's greater. So let's do that all over again. We will lift our eyes. We won't fear the fight. is one who's stronger, hard pressed on each side. We will not lose fight of the one who's greater. So that's verse 1. We're going to do verse 2 differently. So verse 1, and then for chorus, just full chord, so, but not a lot of movement yet because it's the first time through the chorus. So C sharp octave with the 5th, so the G sharp there, and then it's really like you're playing an E with the octave on top. One name, so same thing in doing the 5th in the octave, so A, E, A, and then E, A, B, A, because A2 means you have the B there. And then victory, just a regular root E with the 5th in the left, and then making sure to add the top, the octave note there. And then for B, same thing, octave with the 5th, so B, F sharp, B, and then, so you're going to do this shape several times. You do it for the B4, you do it when you have the G sharp over E because it just sounds more interesting. So F sharp, B, D sharp, E. One voice, and you keep doing that. That silences the enemy. Same shapes. One king who reigns for all eternity. Jesus. G, and then this time we'll just do a regular, instead of like before where we gave it more extensions, we'll just do a regular E chord with octave on top over G sharp. Jesus. And then you go right into the verse. So you're doing the same shapes in verse 2 as you're doing in the chorus, only you're pulsing it. So on the battlefield, and then you're taking low, your power is revealed. Giants fall defeated. We are taking ground. We are, and this is where it changes because we're rising up to we're building up to the chorus. When you do the E over G sharp, you'll do the G sharp in the octave in the left, and then you'll go F sharp, B, and then land on G sharp octave, and then the C sharp octave with the 5th, and then you're going to do matching things here. A, E, A. Sharp over the A, and then over the E, you'll do the E octave here, and then F sharp, G sharp, and then we're going back to that kind of crunchy texture, but we're leaving out the D sharp, so we're doing G sharp in the left, and then B sharp, F sharp, B, D sharp. F sharp, B, F sharp. So let's go through the verse. On the battlefield, low here, your power is revealed. Same shapes, giants fall defeated. And then we keep doing this. We are taking ground. We're about to switch. Falls are falling down in the mighty name of Jesus. And then when we go back to the chorus, same shapes, but we're going to break the chord and rock. One name holds every victory. So you'll hold the exact same shapes, only that you'll use the thumb to rock down on. One voice, that silences the enemy. One king who reigns for all eternity. The second time you play through the chorus, you'll be going Jesus. So E, G sharp, and then with the 2 in there. And then so G sharp in the left, and then A, E, A, G sharp. So this makes it a B4, the E right here. F sharp, B, E, F sharp, and then the octave of the 5th on the left. So I'll go through verse 1 through verse 2, and then the tag, because it's the same as the end of the second time through the chorus. All right, so we'll go slow. This is verse 1 through the tag, and then we'll talk about the instrumental to the bridge. into the instrumental. So this has a lot of moving parts, but it's not difficult. You just have to kind of keep track of where you are landing. So it's going to sound like this. I'll demonstrate it and then I'll tell you the notes. And and then they might have you do it again. You're definitely going to play that through the first time through the bridge, so you got to get really comfortable with it. So go ahead and do a fifth in your left, A and E, and then over A, what you're playing is A, B, E, A, B, and then over the B4, you'll do a fifth, B and F sharp, B, A, G sharp, and then over C sharp, we'll do a fifth again, C sharp and G, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, and then D sharp, B, for the B slash D, B, A, G sharp, and then the E, B, E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp, and then E over G is G sharp is going to be G sharp, E, G sharp, and then so you go from E, and then for the E slash G sharp, E, F sharp, G, and then back to the fifth for the B, and then F sharp, B, E, F sharp, and then G sharp, F sharp, E. So I'll go really slow and hopefully you can watch what I'm doing. Sorry, let me start again. Sometimes I end up landing back down to kind of help meter it, so it'd sound like this. I'm going to go a little faster. I keep coming back down to the B to help anchor it, but you want to make sure you touch it very lightly, because that's not the, you don't want to be plunking down and be like, when you have to anchor it, like make sure it's just really subtle so it's more of a ghost note. And you're playing that through bridge 1. Every victory is yours. Every victory is yours. Sorry, it's hard to it's really hard to say those things at the same time, but it'll be that. Every victory is yours. Every victory is yours. So I won't try to say the notes, otherwise it'll get all, say the name, words, otherwise it's going to throw off the cadence, but it'll be first time to bridge. Second time through the bridge, it'll be every big victor. Let me see how I want to simplify it for you, because you'll be going. All right, so go down here. A, E, A, E, A, B. Same shape, F sharp B, D sharp E, victory is yours. Every victory, back to the same shape. You rose, you reigned. Death is buried in the grave. Hell could not defy your reign. You rose. pretty much it. You're not going to do bridge 2. So your order will be the intro, verse 1, chorus, verse 2, then you do the chorus twice, then you go to the tag, and then you've got that instrumental. My guess is you're going to play the whole thing through twice, so it'll be like the length of the entire bridge. And then you'll do the bridge twice. The first time, just like the instrumental, and the second time, the big heavy chords on the bottom. And then you go back to the chorus twice, and then you go to the tag. And then the way I've ended it, I don't know what Shelby will have you do, but the way I've ended it is just playing through the instrumental. And then instead of going to the E over G sharp, you just end it on the riff that lands on the last B4 of the instrumental. So hopefully that helps.